Yeah, there we go. I'm not going to split you in small rooms, and I know we are in 6 people, including me, but I guess it's going to be a good talk. So Talk and Talk, it's not a language school, and this class, it's not a class. It's going to split you in small rooms. Yeah. And this class is not a class, and we are here to exchange ideas, no matter if your English is A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, basic, intermediate, advanced, fluent, alien, I don't know, whatever your level of English, we are here to exchange ideas. And we have been doing this since 2016. We have like a lot of meetings throughout the week, and you can book on our website, talkandtalk.com.br/booking or /agendamento. It also works. Furthermore, we have part on the website called Community, where we are sharing some stuff, and this part is for free. You just need to subscribe in there, but all of you in here have access to it because you have already subscribed. But for others who are watching us on YouTube, you can go to talkandtalk.com.br/comunidade. That is community for in Portuguese. And you can access material and some other things that we share in there. Okay, let's start and with the presentation. So we always have personal presentations, and that's your chance to bring whatever you are, whatever you want, or whatever you are. So if you want to, I don't know, talk about yourself, your job, if you want to find a job, if you want to tell people that you're looking for a job, or if you're selling something that is not, you know, English courses or language products, that's okay. So Vitor, can you present yourself first?
Sure. I'm Vitor. I'm 32 years old. I'm living in Uberlândia, Minas Gerais. I am a software developer. I have 2 dogs and a cat. 2 cats and a dog. I am married. And in my spare time, I like to play guitar and ride skateboard and play basketball too.
Great. Very good. Very good. Sonia, what about you? Introduce yourself. Sonia, can you?
Sorry.
Yeah, no
Sorry.
problem.
I'm Sonia. I'm 53. I'm from Paraguay. I live in Asunción, Paraguay. I'm married. My husband is from Brazil. He's from São Paulo, but he lives here for 30 years or more, maybe. I am psychologist. I'm clinical and organizational psychologist, and I work in my profession. We don't have kids. We have 2 pets. They are our kids, Polo and Flash. In my free time, I like to go into gym and take care of my flowers because I collection orchids. I have a lot of them, almost 70 orchids. But it's good therapy for me, spend time with them. And usually I spend a lot of time here in TALKNTALK too. I'm improving my English and enjoying the community. It's very good for me. I like it.
Very good. I guess it's the first time we speak in English, right? Me and you.
No, it's the first time. It's the first time.
Yeah, in English, right? In English, it's the first time.
In
Yeah,
English, it's the first time.
We did in Spanish and Portuguese. So yeah, we're doing great. Let's see which language is going to be the next. French, Italian.
Yes, the next is French because I need to passport.
Yeah, I want French as well. So yeah. Jefferson, what about you? Introduce yourself so all of us can meet you.
Okay. I'm Jefferson. I'm 26 years old. I live in a small town called Corumbataí. It's interior of São Paulo. I work as a developer too. And in my spare time, normally I try to watch some movie, or I love to travel to another cities, to another place, to know new places, for example. So I love to travel, so I always try to do this one. That's it.
Very nice. Very nice. João Pedro, your turn.
Oh, okay. What's up, guys? My name is John. I'm 23 years old. I work as a data engineer, and yeah, I'm really glad to be here talking with you guys. Unfortunately, today is my last talk and talk day because my my
Subscription.
plan will, yeah, my subscription will end on Sunday. So yeah, I'm really sad about it. But yeah, and sorry about my sniffing. I have a severe cold allergy, so I'm sorry about sniffing all the time. That's it.
Very good, João. Very good. John. Right. Very good. Very good. Ricardo, what about you?
Well, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, is a small city of São Paulo state. It's the first city of Brazil. And well, one of the capitanias hereditárias. And well, I'm married. I have a daughter. I work on a telecommunications company, and I have 2 pets, my friends Quindim and Pudim. I love hang out with my friends, family, parties, barbecues. That's it.
Very nice. Very nice. And last but not least, Apuena. Can you hear me?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Apuena. I live in Salvador, Bahia, but I'm from Pernambuco. I'm 39 years old. I am in my job now, so I prefer.
Okay.
Yeah, Felipe.
Yeah, sorry. I
Yeah.
always do that, you know.
I am in my free time, but I prefer not put my video. I'm 39 years old. I don't have kids. I have a little dog, Lika, Salsichinha. It's a dachshund. I have a fiancé. I'm going to get married next October. I'm a runner. I am a marathonist.
Wow.
By the way, I have an Instagram, and there I talk about my routine like runner, @correpopô. And I have a podcast, Almas de Corredoras, too.
Wow.
And in my free time, I like to run, obviously. And I like talk with my friends. I like travel so much. Sometimes I drink a little wine with my fiancé, and that's it.
Very nice. I have just started following you on Instagram.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very good. So,
Felipe, we are in a live or no?
yeah, we are live on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The YouTube live, it's just like it's not marketing strategy as most people understand. It's really about how you expose yourself and how you deal with your inner emotions when it comes to English speaking. Yeah. By the way, yeah, very good. Thanks, Jeff. So we are gonna talk about imposter syndrome, and I'm gonna I'm gonna start with Popo. Can I call you Popo? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's my
Is it your
name.
nickname?
Yes, my friends call me like that, but depend the part of Brazil, because my friends that live here in northwest, Nordeste, they call me Popó. I think because the sotaque, the accent.
Yeah.
My friend that live in Rio de Janeiro, for example, call me Popô. So
Depends on the part
yeah,
of Brazil.
good side.
Yeah, I don't know how it sound in English, like Popo or
Yeah,
like
maybe.
that. So the very first question, how can imposter syndrome affect a person's self-belief and confidence? Like, yeah, does imposter syndrome affect you somehow? And let me choose Jeff to start with. How does imposter syndrome affect your life, your self-belief and confidence?
It's very difficult to me to talk about this, but I will try. How can the imposter syndrome affect a person's self-confidence? My gosh.
It's
I
like
think that.
it's
Sorry?
more like imposter syndrome. It's something you do, but you're not confident, you know. So
At the same time, for example, in my job, it's very normal when you know something about this one, but you are not sure about this. In the same time, you are not confident to talk about that subject. But if you started to talk about that subject, you can see in yourself that you are improving every day in that subject. But in the same time is when you try to compare with another person that you imagine that it's a very good person in that subject. If you compare, maybe you can, você pode cair em contradição. You can, in a contradictory way, for example, in the reverse way. So it's very difficult to me to talk about this subject, which I really don't know if I answered the question, which I tried.
yeah, no, but this is just like a talk. There's no wrong or right answer, you know. And this is the magic of conversations. Like and that's exactly a conversation. It's not like, oh, I want you to answer this because otherwise it's gonna be a mistake and then you're not going to pass the test. It's not like that, but yeah, it's a challenge to talk about things like that. Sonia, and for you, how does and I guess I don't know if it's like the expertise you have is around that, or if you have studied, because I know you are a psychologist. What can you tell about yourself and the imposter syndrome?
It's not my expertise area because I work with victims and survivors of domestic violence, but I know about the imposter syndrome, and actually the syndrome is not recognized for the psychology, but we have a different point of view. Imposter syndrome exists and affect the self confidence self-belief
Yeah, self-belief.
and the confidence, and who have the person who have imposter syndrome is suffer a lot because he has to be perfectionist. He feels don't deserve be in his work. He thinks it's just for lucky. I am here just for lucky, not for my abilities or my skills. It affects a lot because the person who would suffer imposter syndrome very often don't talk with other person about that, and suffer. He's suffering in silence. I don't know how to explain, but I'm trying to explain, but affect all the person because it's very, very hard. It's very lonely illness.
Yeah, it's an illness, and it takes a long time to realize you have that, like to be
Yes.
aware of this imposter syndrome. And I guess everybody has lived this experience of not trusting yourself, not believing in yourself, right? For me, it's like a lot of times I question myself. Am I the right person to do that? And I'm questioning myself now if it's better for us to divide the rooms, to put like 3 people in another room and have other 3 people here, because I guess we can have more time to talk, to practice. Because I know when it comes to conversation, you people like to talk a lot, and I understand. But fluency, it's also how to pay attention to other people as well. Fluency, especially for introverted people, it means you listen well, and when you listen carefully, you ask the right questions. And that's a very hard thing for me because I like to speak too much, So I'm gonna, it's random, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put apenas, João Pedro, and Vitor in another room, and I'm gonna get Sonia, Jefferson, and Ricardo in the main room, okay? So Vitor, John, and Popo, decide who is going to lead the questions and lead the conversation, okay? So just to run it smoothly. And then like 5 minutes before it finishes, I bring you back, okay? Very good, very good. So let's go. Oops, I forgot to delete.
He should be the opposite.
Exactly.
You should have to be.
All right, problem solved. So, Ricardo, how about yourself and imposter syndrome? Do you think you are a person who feels without confidence? Do you question yourself a lot about the things you do? How does it work?
Well, it's hard life to live because a person that is influenced or faced the imposter syndrome have your self-esteem low, and your beliefs is not good enough, and sometimes the people face a lot of problems because every time this kind of person have fear, sometime and suddenly someone notes that this person is not exactly a good person, is a imposter. So it's like you live all the time under pressure. And there are some people that have so high perfectionism patterns. So, and sometimes it's not possible to reach. And this person use it to have a fear, disappointing yourself and then others. So in this case, a lot of time this person avoid some opportunities during his life, and well, it's so hard, so hard. I believe that is. I'm not sure if you consider myself a person like that. Maybe I could reach or achieve a balanced life and so sometimes it's necessary to relax a while or try to be a better person, but well, sometimes it's not possible to reach some goals, or sometimes it's necessary more time to reach these goals. It's not a problem. So if you got success today or the next month, I believe that is part of the process, part of the journey, I believe. That's it.
Yeah, and part of the process, I guess, it's understanding the way and understanding that you're not going to succeed all the time, and you don't need to be perfect every single minute, right?
Yeah.
Jefferson, do you feel like you need to be like very efficient on the things you do at work or with yourself, with your family? Does it like, you know, that thing like we see on Instagram, we see on LinkedIn, everybody doing great things, amazing stuff. Do you feel like that you need to be that person, and then you feel like you're not good enough? Do you have that?
No, I think that almost every day when I open the LinkedIn, for example, so I always see the achievements of each person, for example, the goals. So normally to me, it's very normal to compare. So I needed to do it too, for example. But in the same times, when I'm talking about in a specific subject with another person, you can compare your knowledge with another person. So in the same times, you can see that you are in the same level, or depends of the moment, you are in a high level than another person. So in the same times, it's very natural that when you try to imagine a smart person, so because you need to compare your success with this person, so you need to give a point that you need to reach this point. So you need to follow, to study until at least reach this point. For example, so you can think that you can be better than that subject, than that person. So, but it's very natural to me. Sometimes when I try to compare with another person, oh my gosh, I need to study more. For example, with English, to me. For example, sometimes I think that I'm not good enough level, but when I need to do some meet with another person, depends on the accent of that person. So, oh my gosh, I really don't know anything, for example. So, I try to compare with another person. So, at the same time, I'm not confident about this subject. So it's very difficult when you try to compare it with another person. But in the same times, it's necessary that you need to compare, for example, because you need to think what my level actually, for example.
Yeah, because you see other people, and yeah, there are a lot of people, especially on digital businesses, that I see them and they are an inspiration. Of course, I compare myself as well, but I try to do this exercise. I don't know the history, I don't know the journey, I don't know the struggles and everything. So I try to get the insights and knowledge and learn. Especially when I turned into an English teacher back in 2016, I saw myself comparing myself to other teachers, and I felt horribly awful. Like,
Exactly.
who am I? I'm nothing regarding English teaching, And then I stopped in 2017, and then things went better, Yeah. Sonia, do you compare yourself too much to other people, to other colleagues? Not just about professional area or stuff, but other things as well.
No, really, I don't. I learned to to don't compare myself with the other people's because it's not healthy. But when you compare yourself with other people, you will find a lot of things that the other people have, and we have a tendency to keep attention in to put attention in the things that we don't have. For example, physical appearance, the age. The age is a factor of discrimination in all the world. I'm 53 and it's very hard for me to get a job because my age. And I have the experience and I have the abilities more than anybody who has 30 or 35. But sometimes I think this is not fair, but I don't compare myself with others. I try to don't. For example, here in TALKNTALK, I watch people who talk very, very well, and others that are learning that me, and I don't compare. I try to do my best and be respectful, and I receive respectful from the other people too, and this is very good because the ambient, the place is is a place that you enjoy. I don't know how to explain, sorry.
Yeah, you feel good,
Yes,
feel comfortable.
I feel secure. I don't know why, but I feel secure.
Yeah, that's important. And
I
once
think
you
I think today I am nervous because of you, because you are a teacher and you are evaluating.
yeah, I've heard a lot. People are afraid of me because, like, oh, I'm the owner of the business and a teacher and this and that. You know, I don't know why, but yeah. But that's an exercise as well. You know,
Yes.
Ricardo, let me bring you another question. What are some examples of typical negative thoughts associated with imposter syndrome?
It's common that people talk about the person that have or face imposter syndrome. Yeah, it's hard for this person living in this way, but it's a problem for the people around this guy too, because this guy is a boss, is a father,
Yeah.
and well, when you don't have limits on your perfectionism, is a very dangerous because, for example, this guy have a fear about the others levels on a company, for example. Sometimes when director requests a document or a particular task for this guy, and this guy don't how do you say, don't be an empathic person and understand the situation from your team. So in this case, this guy could put your team under pressure, and it's a kind of how do you say? I forgot the name in Portuguese, so in this case, it's hard to talk in English.
Yeah.
I forgot the when assédio moral. I forgot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I don't say that in English.
so sometimes
Moral harassment.
Yeah.
Moral harassment, I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes this person is suffer more than another person, but for example, a father could obligate his son to reach so good levels. The people are different. It's sometimes it's weird when you talk. Oh, yeah, surely the people are different. Sometimes you could notice twins. They grow up in the same house, educate for the same parents, and they are completely different each other. So in this case, it's necessary to accept some conditionals. Oh, yeah, I don't live like a doctor. I prefer live like I don't know, a normal people, a normal person. So in this case, it's necessary pay attention and well, search for help. Professional help is a good thing, particular psychology or psychologist or psychiatrist.
Yeah. Yeah. Sonia, what do you think about this negative thoughts? It's question number 6. Examples of typical negative thoughts associated with imposter syndrome. And you can add or you can reply Ricardo back about his opinion, or you can bring something new. You choose.
Oh, I agree with Ricardo. And that any characteristics of the imposter syndrome that remember is especially be perfectionist all the time, doubt of ourselves all the time, don't be able to have to do a realistic evaluation of our abilities and skills, be workaholic, burnout. Burnout is not burnout. You know what is burnout, but it's the consequence to imposter syndrome. Be afraid to failure in our job, and less confident in ourselves. That I remember. And I can add to your information. During the pandemic, it increased very much imposter syndrome. I read in an article, I don't remember where, that in a research, almost 15% that person has had imposter syndrome during the pandemic, because the remote work, or because we had to change our ways of works, and something was new for everybody, and we felt afraid of failure, I think.
Yeah, failure. That's a very important word. People are
Yes.
afraid of failing on everything. Yeah. Jeff, failure, does it scare you?
I'm agree with both, especially with Sonia. Sonia says about a remote job, for example. So when you start the remote job, you need to prove yourself. So you all in every time you think, if I fail once, that will prove I'm a total failure, for example. Or for example, they will fire me or rebaixar, demote me if I don't know anything, if I don't know something, for example. So having constant fear of being fired or losing your position, for example, doing about in a internal perception of inadequacy, for example. So always time you thought in this a negative way, because it's very normal when you start a new job, specifically in a remote job, that you need to prove that you were hired in a good position, for example. So it's very embarrassing to talk about this one, but it's very true at the same times.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's especially when you work from home, you don't have the feeling of your peers, and there's like it's a huge challenge to work from home. Not working itself. Working, it's easy, but the politics around that, because it has politics, whether we
Yes,
like it or not, like to get a promotion, to change areas, or to show you need to spend more time showing your job, proving yourself, than if you were at the office, I guess,
exactly.
my opinion.
Mhm.
And most people, they do not understand that you need to show, because people are not Like there is a flexibility when you work from home. You can take a nap after lunch because you're gonna have lunch in 20 minutes, you know, but you have 1 hour of lunch. But if you tell someone you're taking like 30 minutes of sleep, it's not going to get well, you know, for your image, for your brand, your personal professional brand. But you need to deliver results and you need to prove that. You need to show that. You need to start talking to your boss, one-on-one talks. You need to present your results. You need to tell that, you know. And I guess like for people around the 20s, like the age, they are not mature enough to understand that. I wasn't when I was 20. Lucky me, I hadn't had to prove myself this way, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, I have just used past perfect in a long time. I don't use that. And after the winter intensive course, I started to pay attention more on the structures. What are the possible causes or factors do you people understand that contribute to the development of imposter syndrome? It's question number 10. Ricardo, what do you think it's the possible causes or factors that help or contribute to develop the syndrome?
Well, it's a tough question because I was told the last question, the people are different. So in this case, it's possible to have different reasons for different persons. Sometimes is a kind of depression. So, and the the depression could be a period in your life, but it could be a chronic thing. So is almost permanent or hard to solve this problem completely. So in this case, sometimes it doesn't matter about the reason, but I believe that it's better to try to search for help and try to solve, talk with people or something. But there are a lot of possibilities. Childhood, hard childhood sometimes. Parents strict and the request a so high level of perfectionism, for example. But simply you could found a person that have a wonderful life, have a wonderful childhood,
Yeah,
receive love from your parents, and sometimes the people fall in this trap. So this case, I believe that sometimes is so particular from each person. So in this case, it's better to find a help and try to improve your lifestyle. Practice exercises, hobbies, and another thing that contributes for your life. Particular, as I told you, help doctors. So that's it.
yeah. Sonia, getting this idea, do you think getting help from psychologists, psychotherapists and everything, does it work to help and to understand the causes and factors that develop imposter syndrome?
Yes, always is important ask for help for to professional help if you are not yet I don't know how to say. It's important to have a professional help, but not it's not necessary in all these cases. It's more important for me recognize our feelings, recognize that I'm stressed a lot. I'm working under pressure for a long time. I'm feeling bad because I feel I don't deserve to be here in this position of the company, for example. And about the characteristic of the causes that I don't know. So I lost the word. For example, the woman is a characteristic to suffer imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is more often in women.
Yeah.
Because a woman usually don't have high positions in the companies. That's is real situation, especially in Latin America. Our own characteristic of personality or behavior is complex. The context had their influence.
A lot of variables, a lot of things, factors,
Yes.
experiences, right?
So many variables.
It's very unique for each person, right?
Intern and external.
Yeah. So we are about to finish, and I get people from the other room back, and I want to listen from Vitor. What did you learn from imposter syndrome in your room? What can you share about your thoughts on imposter syndrome, things that you talked with people in there?
Well, for me, something that John and Apoena said about imposter syndrome, more like about the self-esteem from people and how they behave on the others around the others, you know. And I always thinking about this, like we don't have the confidence to show our knowledge, and something about self-esteem is very interesting to think.
Great, very good. And you, John, do you have anything you learned in there that you would like to share?
Yeah, I like what Vitor said about imposter syndrome on software development specifically, because I work in a very related field. So yeah, it's really difficult when we realize that we can do hard stuff, and that we realize that we are not the same person that we was 2 years ago. Like, we studied, we have more degrees, we have more certificates, experience. So yeah, we can do harder things on our work and get more responsibilities. And for me, is as difficult as Vitor said. So yeah, I like to hear about that. That's not just my thought, not just I feel like I imposter syndrome in my work.
Yeah. This is what I like most about Talk and Talk. We see each other to talk and to speak and listen in English, but in the end, it's not English, you know. Like, yeah. Popo, and what did you learn about this topic today?
I think that when you learn a lot, when you work a lot, you can resolve the problem. So you have beliefs in yourself and stay positive.
I guess the connection. Yeah. Yeah.
Vocês conseguiram?
Yeah, not the end, Popo, but I guess we could get it. Well, we don't have much time anyway. I just want to thank you all for joining this meeting. John, I'm gonna talk to you privately on WhatsApp regarding your subscription, okay? And Ricardo, thank you so much. I know you prefer Ana Paula rather than me, but okay, that's not a problem for me. But thank you for coming. Sonia, it was a pleasure talking to you in English. Vitor and John and Popo for the first time, I guess. And Jeff, thank you so much for joining in. See you in the next. I'm bringing some classes regarding. We had a listening class yesterday. We're gonna have a reading class Tuesday night next week. I forgot I guess it's around 9 or 10 p.m. Brazilian time. Not sure. Well, I'm bringing some of these classes with me. I'm going to bring other teachers as well, but especially August and September, it's mostly be with me. So pay attention on the booking, the calendar on /booking, the part of the website. And thank you so much. I guess. Oh, that's important. The survey regarding this meeting. So just give me a feedback so Karina can read and understand if I did a great job or not. So if I didn't, just let her know. If I did, let her know as well. It's anonymous. You don't need to mention your name. Okay, so just click on the link and we are going to appreciate a lot your response. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. See you around.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye-bye. See ya.
You are the best, my
Bye-bye.
friend.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye,
Ricardo.
guys.
Have a nice
Yeah.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.